What's up guys, it's Alex here, your friendly reef dog, and today I'm going to give you my top 7 nano reef fish. Now all of the fish on this list meet a certain set of criteria, and that is that they won't get too big, they don't need too much space, they're not aggressive, and they're reef safe. And they will all be fine in a tank of around 30 gallons or more, with some even okay in a tank as small as 10 gallons. Now if you're new to the channel, I put out a video every Friday at 4 PM UK time with tips on how to set up and maintain an awesome reef tank. So if that's your goal, have a think about subscribing. Right, let's take a look. First up, I'll get the most obvious choice out of the way, clownfish. I can't imagine a tank without a pair of clowns. They're beautiful, peaceful for the most part, and will instantly get your family on side with your tank. There are dozens of colour morphs now, but sometimes you just can't beat a classic Nemo style Pakula Clown. Because they live in anemones in the wild, they don't require much space, and they might well set up camp in one of your corals. And almost all clownfish for sale are now captive bred, which is a nice little bonus. Number 6 is the geometric Pygmy perchlet. This guy will only get to 2 inches long at the most and is generally peaceful and reef safe, although they can be aggressive towards smaller gobies. For what it's worth, mine has lived with a small Randall's goby for about a year without any issues. They can be quite secretive and will appreciate plenty of small caves and hiding places, but for my money that's a good thing. It's really rewarding having a fish that isn't always out and about, as it makes it more of a treat when you do see them. Up next is an absolute must-have for any reef tank regardless of the size, the shrimp goby. Pair one of these with a pistol shrimp and you will have hours of entertainment. The shrimp will spend the entire day building, tidying and rebuilding his den while the goby keeps an eye out for danger. They're reef safe, peaceful, easy to keep, and there are plenty of options, so you can choose whatever goby you like the look of most. My choice for this video is the Wheeler's goby. They look cool, pair easily with pistol shrimp, and are a great candidate for tanks as little as 10 gallons. Number 4 on my top 7 nano reef fish is the yellow-headed jawfish. These guys are a massive character fish as they live in burrows which they hover just outside of during the day. I've chosen the yellow-headed jawfish because the more spectacular blue-spotted jawfish has a high mortality rate in captivity, and ultimately the personality of the yellowhead is the main attraction with a jawfish. They'll need to be kept with peaceful tank mates, and they are a flight risk, so you must have a tight-fitting lid if you want to keep one of these guys. Although all the fish on this list are a flight risk, so a lid is essential for more or less any tank. They can grow to around 4 inches, but because they have a small territory, they'll be fine in a tank of around 30 gallons. If you're prepared to meet their needs by setting up a deep area of coarse sand and rubble, these guys will reward you with great behaviour and might just become your favourite fish. And first on the podium is the flame hawkfish. This is a fish I absolutely adore and one I've had in each of my last 3 tanks. They have eyes like a chameleon that move independently of one another, vivid red coloration, and a black eye band that makes them look like they're permanently up to mischief. They are a risk with ornamental shrimp, although in my experience that's a fairly low risk with something like a cleaner shrimp. And they can chase bottom dwellers like gobies, especially in smaller tanks, so you might want to choose one or the other. And the runner-up on my top 7 nano reef fish is the Banggai Cardinalfish. These guys are a really interesting fish to keep. They have unique colouring and swimming style, whereby they stay in one spot rather than swimming around. And they readily breed in the home aquarium, which adds another dimension to your enjoyment of the hobby. They're peaceful, don't need masses of space, and are totally reef safe. A pair of these will live happily in a 30-gallon tank, although it's very difficult to sex them, so beware that you may end up with a pair of males who don't get on. But these guys will add variety to your reef tank, which in my book is what a saltwater tank is all about. And the number 1 nano reef fish on my list is the tail spot blenny. I've never had a tank without a blenny because they are such awesome characters. There are loads of different types of blenny, so you can choose whatever you like the look of best. Most are peaceful and reef safe, and I guarantee you will fall in love with them. They spend their day swimming in between caves and crevices and backing in and out of them. I also get the distinct impression that they're watching me as much as I'm watching them. I've chosen the tail spot blenny for this list though because they'll only grow to a couple of inches long and because they're completely peaceful. All of which means they'll be happy in a tank as small as 10 gallons. The perfect nano reef fish? Absolutely. So there you have it then, they are my top 7 nano reef fish, but there are loads of other options and I'd love to know what you think, so let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for next Friday's video, and until next time, happy reefing.